Good morning, Social Work 300 class. My name is Tashina Minor. I'm a political science major, and today I'm going to present to you on the General Social Survey with my three variables is capital punishment, race, and class. First, I would like to basically give you an introduction to the General Social Survey. In 1972, the General Social Survey began monitoring societal change and studying the growing intricacy of American society. The GSS main objective is to gather and collect information about Americans in their everyday lives, and have the information readily available for anyone to obtain it. The formation of the GSS made high quality data effortlessly available to scholars, students, policymakers, and basically any other person who is interested in knowing about the trends that's going on in our American culture. Um, the topics that GSS questions vary across a broad array of topics. Topics include but are not limited to general happiness, drug use, capital punishment. It can be from anything between political views and sexual behavior. It's just it covers such a vast array of information. It poses the questions and allows respondents to give their true answers based on different scales. So you may have a scale that has do you favor or oppose capital punishment? And you would put number one as strongly agree, two as agree, three as disagree, and four as strongly disagree. That's typically how the setup is on there. Um, the method, which I briefly gave background on that, the method that I used was I actually downloaded the GSS data from 1996, and I found my three variables that I was looking for. I extracted them out of the data and put them into SPS, and then I ran them and I created bar charts, and I also created tables to better present the information to readers and anyone who was interested. The data that was used has been retrieved from the data collected in 1996 from the General Social Survey, as I mentioned. The database holds demographic characteristics, attitudes, and opinions of residents of the United States. Since the inception of the death penalty dating back to colonial times, support for capital punishment has wavered amongst all classes and races. Society support of criminal execution shows a strong division between social groups, and that's basically what I was trying to say was um, based on social groups and based on the classes, the races of those social groups. How do they feel about capital punishment? The highest support of capital punishment comes from the higher socioeconomic classes, while the opposition typically comes from the lower classes, which is true. I noticed that people of the lower class they oppose capital punishment more than the people of the higher class. Um, Majority of the respondents of the higher class that favored it were white respondents. Majority of the respondents that opposed it were black respondents. So those are the results that I found. I basically have right here, I put three graphs and two tables that I actually made. Graph A depicts capital punishment support by socioeconomic class, and that's basically what I just talked about. The working class favors the death penalty more than any other class, while the lower class opposes it the most. Graph B is capital punishment support. And actually, I just took out of all the respondents, I made a pie chart, and I found out that 76% of the respondents that were surveyed they favor capital punishment, and 24% oppose capital punishment, which is very astonishing to me. But that's what I found. Graph C, capital punishment support by race, and I already kind of gave you the results on that, which is typically that white respondents favored capital punishment and black respondents oppose capital punishment the most. Table 1 is capital punishment support by race and class, and it's the same thing as the chart itself is based on counts, so it's no longer based on percentages. It's based on the counts of how many respondents actually were surveyed. In table 2, favors or oppose death penalty by class. Well, basically, I can say after viewing and analyzing the data from the General Social Survey, I am more familiarized with the relationships between the demographics and attitudes and the behaviors and opinions of residents of the United States. Once I actually sat down and actually read the test and studied it, and everything that I've done, I see the relationship that they all have in common. Um, Seeing the information interpreted in percentages in the charts and counts in the tables has given me a visual to the actual number of individuals that favor or oppose capital punishment in regards to their class and race. I use the GSS to explain and produce visual aid that depicts relationships between the three variables. The data set consists of respondents who are of every class and race. So the classes, as far as classes, you have the working class, the middle class, the upper class, the lower class. As far as race, you have white, black, and then the third category is the inclusion of all the other races besides white and black. Um, this is what I learned off of it, and basically what I just told you about. You know, how does capital punishment support by race and capital punishment support by class? I basically just broke that down further, and it was nice chatting with you guys. Thank you for tuning in to my presentation. Have a good day.